Companions in video games can come in many shapes and sizes. There are the allies that will temporarily assist you for a certain part of the game, and there are companions that will travel with you the entire way to serve a vital part in your journey. With recent developments in AI in gaming, the video game companion has been getting better and better, and I'm here to count down the best companions who I have had the pleasure of being with. The only requirements for this list is 1. The companion has to be computer controlled, and 2. The companion has to really help you out. With that said, let's begin.
You'd better get out from underneath the tank before I let loose with the turret. Okay, you're all clear. Head inside and I'll be right behind you.
The Metal Gear Solid series isn't exactly known for pairing you up with good allies. Mostly because you have to escort them. But during the finale of Metal Gear Solid 2, you get to fight alongside Solid Snake through waves of bad guys. Snake's abilities in the game consist of everything you can do in the game, but as a plus, he also supplies you with ammo occasionally.
Infinite ammo.
But even though he is so similar, he ends up kicking more ass than you. I mean, just look at this carnage. As overpowered as Snake is, he's only here for a short part of the game, which lands him at number 10.
Okay, you're all clear. Head inside and I'll be right behind you.
The Zelda series is known for usually pairing you up with a companion, usually to help you with puzzles or defeating enemies. The most famous example being Navi from Ocarina of Time. But the most tolerable companion in this series for me has to be Midna from Twilight Princess. Like other companions from the Legend of Zelda series, Midna helps you solve puzzles and detect weak spots on enemies. But unlike other companions, Midna has the ability to turn you into a frickin' wolf. As a wolf, she can help you reach further jumps, and she has the ability to target multiple enemies for a powerful attack. Definitely an improvement over
Hey, listen! Hey, listen!
Okay, you're all clear. Head inside and I'll be right behind you.
In the game Beyond Good and Evil, you spend almost the entirety of the game with a partner. You begin the game with your Uncle Paige, but for the rest of the game, you have Double H to back you up.
At your service, Miss Jade Virus!
Double H helps you solve puzzles and launch enemies into the air like Uncle Paige, but Double H is a little more useful. He has the ability to pass through security gates undetected, and his hammer ability is much more effective in combat. This guy also has some of the funniest dialogue in the entire game.
Arson Peters! 2, 3, push! Basic exercises, page 2. Virus, I'm blocked by the flames! Peters!
He is an overall great partner.
Okay, you're all clear. Head inside and I'll be right behind you.
Out of all your squad mates in the Mass Effect series, there are 2 of them that stick with you throughout the entire series. Garrus Vicarian and Tali Zoravas Normandy. Out of these 2, I think I liked Tali the best. While Garrus could be considered your best buddy of the franchise, Tali wins this one because she is just much more effective in combat than Garrus. Garrus' abilities are pretty average and aren't really that effective compared to Tali's abilities. Tali's abilities primarily focus on sabotage, mainly through her ability to summon a combat drone named Chiquita to distract and attack enemies. And as a bonus in Mass Effect 3, she is given 2 combat drones for double the carnage.
Okay, you're all clear. Head inside and I'll be right behind you.
Out of all the characters in Final Fantasy X, I think that your mentor, Auron, is probably the most helpful character in the game. As far as the story is concerned, he's a strict guy, and he helps out the party by keeping everyone focused and on task.
We will protect Yuna from anyone.
And also, he's a total badass.
Now! This is it! Now is the time to choose. Die and be free of pain, or live and fight your sorrow.
In combat, Auron is a tank. He has the ability to guard other team members in combat, and his melee abilities consist of striking the enemies to lower their stats, which is very useful against the more powerful enemies in the game. His ultimate attacks, or overdrives, are probably the most useful in the game. with my favorite being the ability to home run an enemy off the map. Auron is a good companion for the long trek, and his performance in Kingdom Hearts 2 wasn't so bad either. Speaking of...
Okay, you're all clear. Head inside and I'll be right behind you.
Throughout the course of Kingdom Hearts 2, in each world you usually get to fight alongside a party member from that world, like Hercules or Simba, but none of these characters can beat Sora's best bud Riku. After a massive explosion cleanses Riku's heart or something, he joins your group to fight alongside you. He is a relatively quick fighter, and him joining the party grants you 2 new useful reaction commands, one being a shield and another being a ranged magic attack. His Limit Break is also one of the most powerful in the game.
Is that all you got? I'll take them.
Though what cements Riku on this list is how he helps you during the final battle. At first, he helps you in combat as usual, and he also helps with a couple of reaction commands. But in the final part of this battle, Sora gets captured, and you gotta play as Riku to save him. By doing this, Riku has proven his bro status.
Okay, you're all clear. Head inside and I'll be right behind you.
Next on this list is a companion from Half-Life 2. You might think I'm gonna choose Alex, but no. In Half-Life 2 Episode 2, you get to team up with a badass Vortigaunt, and Vortigaunts kick ass. Their electric zap attack does much more damage than any firearm could, and Vortigaunts are pretty much the only people who can take on enemies up close and personal. Oh, and during Half-Life Episode 2, you have to take a final stand against several zombie creatures while waiting for an elevator. The elevator can only carry one person, and your Vortigaunt friend sacrifices himself to save you in an honorable way. Except for the fact that he gets on another elevator and f***ing survives. Number 1 badass.
There is no finer companion. Well stated.
Okay, you're all clear. Head inside and I'll be right behind you.
Fallout New Vegas has a number of companions to choose from. There is Boone, who is an expert sniper but for some reason refuses the weapons you try to offer him. A companion like Lily or Rex are good melee fighters, but they have a tendency to run into the fray and get killed pretty quickly. And then we have Rose of Sharon Cassidy, or Cass for short. Cass may take a while to recruit, but her ability in combat makes up for it. She is a very versatile fighter, and she is capable of using firearms and melee weapons. Her ability Whiskey Rose eliminates all the negative effects of alcohol, and replaces those effects with a damage boost. Also useful. But probably my favorite thing about her is the personality she brings to your adventure. She always has something interesting to say for the different places and situations you encounter.
I'm gonna get some extra ammo, a few bottles of whiskey, and then show them how Cassidy's settle accounts. Nobody's dick's that long. Not even Long Dick Johnson, and he had a fucking long dick. Rose of Sharon Cassidy. Mom said he got the name out of some old world book about dirt pilgrims. Name sure sounds sweet, though.
Okay, you're all clear. Head inside and I'll be right behind you.
Much more recently, BioShock Infinite came out, and you got to pair up with the incredibly lovable Elizabeth.
Hello.
Unlike other companions on this list, she doesn't help you fight in combat, as she doesn't really like killing. However, she does help you in a ton of other ways. She keeps you supplied with ammo, health, and salts. Her ability to manipulate tears in reality allows her to create objects in various locations, such as skyhooks, cover, and more guns and ammo. But probably the best thing about her is her character in the story. She is one of the most human video game characters in existence, and you are always looking forward to your interactions with her because of it. This is definitely most evident during the parts of the game when you are separated from her. These parts of the games make you realize just how much you like her. Alright, before we get to number 1, let's do a recap. Number 10, Solid Snake. Number 9, Midna. Number 8, Double H. Number 7, Tali'Zorah Voss Normandy. Number 6, Auron. Number 5, Riku. Number 4, the Badass Vortigaunt. Number 3, Rose of Sharon Cassidy. And number 2, Elizabeth. Now let's get to number 1.
Okay, you're all clear. Head inside and I'll be right behind you.
Number 1 is your best friend Kazooie, from BanjoKazooie and BanjoTooie. Kazooie is everything a good companion should be. He sticks with you throughout the entirety of the game. Her platforming abilities can increase the height of your jump, help you glide, and even give you the ability to fly. In combat, she grants you several new attacks, such as a charge ability and an aerial attack. She also has the ability to shoot eggs of differing varieties out of her mouth and rear end. Which doesn't make any sense, but being able to shoot eggs that freeze or explode enemies is badass anyway. Kazooie is also one of the funniest characters in the game. She backsasses just about every person and creature she meets. Like Elizabeth, Kazooie's status as a great companion is proved when you are separated from her. Having all of those additional abilities that Kazooie provides stripped away makes you realize how great of a companion she is. And that puts Kazooie on number 1 of this list. I'm the Rad Veteran. See you next time.